Today, Hurricane Ian has been downgraded, as we mentioned, to a tropical storm, but surges are still causing a whole lot of destruction there.
The hurricane slammed into the Florida coastline yesterday, packing 155-mile-per-hour winds. Take a look at that.
Wow.
Just shy of a Category 5 storm.
And the dangerous hurricane made it largely impossible for authorities to really begin to assess the damage. They're going to be doing that today. But it's already clear that Ian will go down as one of the most destructive storms in Florida history. Chris Pallone is in Tampa with the latest for us.
When Ian arrived in southwest Florida, it came with a vengeance.
Oh my gosh.
The hardest hit areas all located close to Cayo Costa, where the eye made landfall Wednesday afternoon. Its intensity and duration has initially prevented a full accounting of what's been lost.
We don't even know exactly what we faced just yet. We know we've been hit very hard.
Whoa. Ian roared ashore, packing 155-mile-per-hour winds, just shy of a Category 5. But it was the storm surge in places like Naples and Fort Myers that did so much of the damage, leaving entire neighborhoods underwater and cars bobbing down the street. In Naples, firefighters scrambled to salvage their gear when their fire station flooded. Ian even spawned tornadoes as it approached.
All of a sudden, I felt something and then heard like a train coming right through the house.
The storm's fierce winds even pushed the waters of Tampa Bay out into the Gulf of Mexico, exposing the bed below. Now, as people in other parts of Florida and the Southeast prepare for Ian's arrival, the state's governor tries to put it all in perspective.
At a minimum, it's going to be a very strong Category 4 that's going to rank as one of the top 5 hurricanes to ever hit the Florida Peninsula.
And it's not done yet. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Tampa.
And today, President Biden visits FEMA's headquarters in Washington, D.C. He's going to be briefed on the federal response to Hurricane Ian.
Biden says this may turn out to be the most consequential hurricane in a long time. It's warranting an all-hands-on-deck response, and officials say that includes 30,000 linemen to restore power, 7,000 National Guard troops to help with cleanup, and 1,600 high-water vehicles, of course, for rescue efforts.
President Biden says long-term assistance will also be available. Congress is working to pass budget legislation that includes recovery aid for Floridians impacted the most, with Ian continuing on its destructive path right now. Also, the governors of Georgia, North and South Carolina, as well as Virginia, have all declared states of emergency in anticipation of Ian's arrival in those states.
President Biden also warned oil and gas companies against increasing prices. A spokesperson for the American Petroleum Institute pushed back, though, saying prices are really determined by the market forces and not individual companies.
The hurricane also affecting travel. The hurricane forced airlines to cancel almost 4,000 flights scheduled for yesterday and today. So if you had a flight going through Florida, it is not. The flight tracking website FlightAware shows the bulk of the cancellations happened at Orlando International Airport. That closed yesterday morning. And also Tampa International Airport. That closed Tuesday.
Imagine riding out the storm at the airport.
Oof.
Well, the Idaho chapter of the American Red Cross is now on standby to help out in Florida. Matt Oshner, a spokesperson for the Red Cross of Idaho and Montana, says only one volunteer has been sent to Florida so far, but that could change. They expect several more to head that way in the next few days. And one of the best ways to help people affected by this hurricane is to donate to the Red Cross. We have a link where you can do that safely in this story on our website at ktvb.com.
Let's check back in with meteorologist Jim Duthie right now. Jim, a little bit more on Ian. You can see a live shot right now on that coast. The wind is still there. They're still getting plenty of rain and moisture. Bottom line, the storm is just really bad.
Yes, it certainly is. Catastrophic, of course, as it moved into western Florida, but I've been keeping touch with some of my friends in Jacksonville, and they are receiving heavy rainfall right now, and they have tropical storm warnings and flood surge warning, so stay away from the beaches there, I hope. Meanwhile, the storm itself is moving northeastward now. It has become a tropical storm passing over Cape Canaveral this morning at this time and will pull offshore. Winds around 65 miles per hour, but there's still some gusts up to around 80 miles per hour at times. And you always get severe weather, thunderstorms with tornadoes, as well as all the other stuff that's included, and the heavy rainfall that leads to flooding. As it moves offshore today, it'll travel northeastward over the western Atlantic, curving back tomorrow and Saturday, and making another landfall as a tropical storm as it rolls into South Carolina.